Okay, in this video we're going to look at these divs here and we're going to put some style to them. So I'm moving into my style sheet. Okay, you recall that we added some colour and some font sizes before. And the first thing we're going to do is use the wrapper. I'll look up our little hashtag in front of wrapper. Okay, and then we're going to put something in there. So margin -auto. That puts it in the center of the screen. Okay, which is a good start. Then what else do we want to do? Well, let's try some background color. Background color, a hyphen would be a good idea. We've got background color, colon, and then we're going to set this to ADD8E6. Again, that's our address, margin :auto. There we go. Let's just see if that's had an effect. There we go. Alright, so it's in the middle of our little area there, and we've got this nice background. Okay, anything else we want to do inside wrapper? Well, what we could do is fix the width of it. So I'm going to fix the width to 40M. M is an old term for printing term, and it means that it will set it to a particular proportion of the space available on the page, depending on how the size of your the width and height of the browser. Okay, so let's put it nicely on the page, and finally I think we'll just put some padding around the whole thing. So put some 5 pixels of padding around the whole thing, just so that the text moves a little bit away from the edge. There you can see everything's just a little bit away from the edge, and there's also a margin which moves, which does all sorts of other things. It's worth looking some of these up actually, just if you're really style guru, you just want to know how much space you've got between padding and the margin of the page and so forth, and that some are inside the border as it were and some are outside, and so it's worth looking those things up, but for the minute that's working quite nicely. Okay, now where's our header tag? Well, our header is looking a bit of a mess at the minute, so we're going to fix that. Okay, so what do we do? Well, first of all, we just want to make sure inside HTML that my picture comes before my title. Yes, it does. So if the picture comes before the title, I'm going to give the whole header a fixed height. So my height is now fixed at 75 pixels, pixel just being 1 square on the screen. And if I run that, okay, it's not looking so good at the minute, but it's okay. We'll fix it in a second. Okay, and then we want a bottom border of 2 pixels. Okay, and a semicolon in there. Right, so we've got height 75 pixels, bottom border 2 pixels. Not looking so good at the minute, but inside the header we have an image. So any images that we put inside our header, we want to resize them. So let's say that the height of that picture is going to be 70 pixels. It's just got a little bit around it. Now you can see we've managed to get Ernest Shackleton up there in the corner. Now what about the heading? Well, we want to float that to the left. So I'm going to float my image to the left. So I'm going to do float : left. There we are. I'm going to give it some right padding, okay, to move the picture just slightly away from there, and then the H2 text. Okay, I want the header H2 text. This time it's the H2 text, and I want that to be 20 pixels from the top. So I'm going to put again top padding, 20 pixels. Just going to have a quick look now, see what that looks like. Okay, so now you can see this is nice. It's floated the picture to the left, leaving my text to the right. I've dropped it down. That's not too bad at all. Okay, that'll do for the minute. What else? Well, we have our nav, which are these here. We want to do something with those, so I do again #nav, and this time I want this to be to the left with a width of 16. So I'm going to float left with a width of 16m. Okay, that's my nav bit. And the container is going to be quite similar, but this time I'm going to float it to the right and give this a width of 23. I think that'll probably be good, 23m. And that should be a semicolon. Let's see if we can run that. Okay, not bad. So now we've managed to get our 2 columns, nav floated to the left, container floated to the right. Okay, have we got everything in there? Yes, I think we probably have. Just before we try to mark it, this 2 pixels here is okay, but we wanted it dotted, I think. That's right, and then the colour, B2BCC6. It's quite useful to get all these things in the same one. Let's try and run that, see if we've got a bottom border there. I think we've probably done that now. Okay, one thing I've noticed here is that I needed border bottom, not bottom border. And I suspect this is padding hyphen top. That's why it's got the green line underneath it. Always worth checking that sort of stuff out. And here padding right. Yeah, that padding right. Now I'm looking and I'm seeing I've got no underline. So I'm pretty happy there that that should probably have done what I want. Ah, there we are. We've got a little dotted line in there. I don't know if you can see that. Padding seems to have moved that just a little bit. That's looking pretty good now. Okay, and the final thing that I've added here is the list selector there, and I put padding top 20 pixels, and when I run that, that just spaces those out a bit more. Okay, now I've read all the instructions, double checked, I'm thinking that that's pretty good to go. And just one final check, I've noticed that this list here would do padding top for all lists anywhere on this page. Actually, I only wanted it in the nav, so I do nav, there we are, and then the list, top padding, run. Doesn't make any difference. If there were other lists, I might want to format them different. I reckon that's good to go. I'm going to copy it now, move into Learn Informatics, go to Layout 2, click here, submit the code, bingo, we're in good shape.